Hello, everyone. I don't see anyone in the live yet, and that's okay. I'm pretty sure that this will play back later on. So I wanted to thank all of you and the new subscribers. You all got together and got me to my 50 subscribers so that I can go live. And I think we're at 58 subscribers now. And I just want to tell you, I really appreciate y'all. Mwah. I really do, for your support and everything like that. So, um, I'm still here in the rehab facility, and I'm in my bedroom. Uh, well, I should say I'm in my room in bed here at the facility right now. I don't want to give the name of the facility until I'm actually checked out and at home. And then later on, I'll give the name of the facility and the whereabouts. Um, I can honestly say that this has definitely been an experience for me that has really opened my eyes to a lot of things. And one of the things is that, hey, I just can't drink. I think for the past 30 years, I've tried to fit drinking into my life some way, whether I drink every now and then or I would, you know, maybe drink during the weekdays, off on the weekends, vice versa. Try different, you know, types of drinking or whatever, different, maybe I would, drink beers for a while or I drink wine for a while. It's just not going to work for me. And some of you are just like me out there. It's just not going to work. Some of us can't work. Some of us can't drink. It's not going to work for us. And it's just going to basically slowly destroy us, slowly kill us. I mean, there's just no way around that. I mean, that's about as real as you're going to get. Whether or not people want to tell you that, of course, these liquor stores, they don't want to tell you that because they want your money. And, God knows they've gotten a lot of my money over the years. I know the liquor store probably has over $3.5 million of my money during a lifetime. So you guys who are in here, hit the thumbs up if you want to come in and share your story about what you've been going through with alcohol and all of that. Then I'm going to try my best to read it. And let's see, that says, hi. See, Braxton, how you doing down there? Thank you so much for coming into my room. And like I said, make sure you guys watch the beginning of the video too if you just got in here. But your drinking is not going to uh, be for all of us. Some of us can't have just a drink and go on. There's a lot of people that can handle it and good for them or whatever. But um, yeah, it's just out of the 30 years I've tried to juggle it up and down and work it into my life and out of it and saying I got this and all that, and it just it's done nothing but set me back. So this time I know that I can't drink. It's just there's not going to be any way around it for me. And for me to do it is definitely if I don't stop, it's going to kill me, you know. I set this video on not made for kids because this type of video is not made for kids. It's made for us grown-ups, right? Yeah. Let's see. What about you? I feel bad. You, Sean Sweat. Yeah. Yeah. I think I understood what you said. It's kind of, let's see, what about you? I feel bad. If you feel bad for me, thank you for that. You know, yeah, but things are getting better. I'm getting healthier. I haven't had a drink in about a month and probably about like 2 or 3 weeks, so almost a month and a half. I haven't had any liquor, and but that's because I've had help. I had to go to the hospital to get detox, and I also had to come to this rehab facility where this time the alcoholism really took a bad toll on me because it started to affect my health where it started messing with my heart, and it started making me retain fluid. So I put on a lot of weight like over the year, which, alcohol affects us all in different ways, right? Some alcoholics are skinny and some alcoholics are heavy. Um, Alcoholism doesn't discriminate against any body type, really. Most of the time, you think an alcoholic person is, going to be very thin or whatever. And sometimes that's the case. And sometimes with a person like me, and especially with me being a female, a woman, I naturally just retain water anyway. So it made me put on a lot of weight, which I had to go through. I had to take a lot of Lasix. So if you guys know what Lasix is in the hospital, it's a diuretic where they give it to you in your veins, and it makes you urinate the fluid out that's stuck in your body and your tissues that's causing you to swell, because the alcohol is actually an inflammatory. It inflames your tissues and everything in your body, so you just automatically start swelling up. And so they had to you know do that, and then I lost like 30 pounds like within about like a week and a half. Can you imagine how much alcohol it was on me? And and uh and it's really more. They've been putting me on butane, which is like a pill now since I've been in the facility. I'm no longer taking Lasix through the IV. I'm taking pills now, but it's causing me to urinate a lot of that fluid off from me drinking heavily last year. And let me see what you guys say here in the, let's see. Uh, Gosh, I wish I could see okay, Gentry, it says, rest good. Hope you feel better soon. If you don't mind me asking you in the hospital. No, I'm not in the hospital now. I was in the hospital, but I'm in a rehab facility. So this is a facility that rehabilitates you and also helps to detox you. So they have like a PT and all that. And so it's like uh, I won't say like it's not a nursing. Well, I guess you can call it. Some people say it's like a nursing home too, because you can some people stay here forever, and they have like the third floor. Those are the people that stay here forever. They're not ever going home, and those are called the skilled care people. And those people will forever need certain medical attention and PT and all of that, for the rest of their lives. So I don't know. They've done things so differently now. I have to do more research about that, but I know in the state of Texas, they're putting like rehab facilities and nursing home facilities kind of like together. It's like a home away from home. So this floor that I'm on, the second floor, this floor is for the people who needs to get detox and rehabbed and back walking and moving and mobile like they were again, which is what alcohol did. It messed me up really, really bad where I wasn't walking like I normally was, and couldn't, because of the fluid and everything. So and so they've been getting that off me, and I've been doing well. I've been, walking with my PT and stuff, and they're expecting to get me out by next week, you guys. So it's been a rough journey. If it's not next week, then I'm gonna listen to them if I have to stay another week or so. But this is the second floor is for the people who's going back home. So the second, where I'm at. So let me see what you guys are saying. Elo says, "Damn, Auntie, hope you get better. Thank you so much." Country, I can see. Country, I think Country Edis. Okay, well, I hope you return home soon. Yes, yes, yes. Country says at least you're not an abusive alcoholic. No, that's one thing about me. I wasn't an abusive alcoholic. Like I'm the type of alcoholic I am or was, I should say. Or yeah, I guess I'm still an alcoholic. I just don't drink anymore or whatever. Well, I'm not. What's that? Okay, I'm not a drunk, but I'm an alcoholic. What's they say? You're when you're not drinking, you're not a drunk, but we're always going to be an alcoholic if you have alcoholism or whatever. But I was always the type of person I like to party and dance and sing and all that. And um, so when I started progressing more into drinking and alcoholism, I started noticing that I wasn't wanting to actually hang out with people anymore. I would just party at home, like by myself, you know. And so I'd be drinking and, you know, just doing my stuff, being on the internet, you know, being on YouTube, and just, you know, everything changed. So, but yeah, I was the type that would like go out and try to fight and all that. And, you know, actually, some people that I live with in the building that I live with, sometimes they would be like, "You live here? I never see you," you know. And I'm like, "Yeah, I live on such and such floor." And they're like, "Oh, well, you know, should come down and hang out with us," you know. And I would never go down there or whatever. But like, I'm naturally just, I'm a very friendly person. I'm peaceful. I love peace, you know. So, very much into spirituality and, you know, positive stuff, you know, changing my life around for the better and listening to a lot of Reiki healing as well. So that's also helped along with my journey. Let me see what you guys say down here. Let's see. Casey says, geez, where are you from? Well, I'm originally from Oklahoma. So, but I live here in Texas now. So, growing up as a little girl, I don't know if you can tell or not, but I am multiracial. So, I'm Native American, black and white, and so alcoholism run in my genes pretty heavy. My mother drank, my father drank, and so in my tribes, which I'm Creek and Choctaw as well, alcoholism run in my tribe really strong with the drinking and stuff like that. So so that's why I was saying earlier with some people, you know, some Italians, they can just drink wine and they'll be fine, and then, you know, wine with dinner and they're good. Someone like me with my genetics, it's not it's not going to work. I can't drink like that, you know. And that's why you probably see, you know, a lot of people, you know, they tell you, I just can't, you know, do it, you know, and you offer them a drink or something and they'll be like, nah, I can't, because they know they can't, because they know if they start drinking, it's not going to be just one drink. And I've tried that before. My alcoholism had got so bad, you guys, let me tell you. I would call myself rationing how much I drank, right? So I would have like a bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon. That was my favorite wine. Okay, Cabernet Sauvignon. And I would drink the whole, I think, what's, I can't remember how many ounces that bottle is right off the bat, but I would drink the bottle, but then I would want another bottle of wine so bad that I would call the delivery person again. So I was paying for delivery people to come out sometimes twice a day to bring me wine. Well, I thought I was helping myself. I wasn't helping myself. And it hit my pockets pretty hard, you know, caused me to have some financial issues as well. And a lot of things like that. So, um, I can't drink. Like I said, I know if I go back to it again, I know it's gonna be the death of me. And a lot of people know that too. That's the reason why they come out and they try to tell you guys, if you can stay away from it, don't do it. If you don't have a craving for it, I wouldn't even drink for fun, to be honest. It's not worth it. And there's so many great, like, mock cocktails and different juices and stuff like that. That's awesome. If you don't have to do it, I'm telling you now, you don't have to do it because just on those labels, you guys, where it says alcohol may cause health problems, yeah, it's going to cause you heart problems. It'll cause you cirrhosis, which I have cirrhosis of the liver. It's just the first stage, but still, it's still cirrhosis. And I think they said it once it goes to the fourth stage, that's when you're terminal. And I think that's when you get cancer or something, when it hits the fourth stage of cirrhosis or something. I got to do more research on that too, because I just found that out. So, but there is hope for me to heal. I won't ever get rid of the cirrhosis, but it won't be, as bad like it was when I first got into hospital. So let me see what you guys are saying here. Let's see. Casey says, I drink until I pass out. That's why I quit buying it. Nobody else but me is shoving alcohol down my throat. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. And I'm the same way, Casey. Wasn't nobody buying that liquor but me. Wasn't nobody hitting that, Go Puff and Amazon, you know, uh, what's that, not Amazon Fresh, but I can't even think. It's the other Amazon groceries where they would sell the wine. I would buy that wine because it would be cheaper too, but it would still be a good quality of wine. I would buy that, and it was like $3.99 for a bottle of wine, and I think it went up to like 4 or 5 when I was drinking because of the economy and everything. But yeah, nobody was holding a gun to my head. It was all me. It was all me, and I ruined a lot of relationships because a lot of times when people, it would mostly be like when I would talk to people on the phone, like it's like my family or whatever. Because, like I said, I wasn't a violent drunk or abusive, but I'm, all that cackling and laughing and all that. People don't want to hear that all the time, especially if they got something serious they want to talk about. So, I lost a lot of people that I cared about, that I do still care about because of alcohol, because they don't want to deal with it. My nieces don't talk to me anymore. My sister doesn't talk to me anymore. I have a lot of family members who don't talk to me anymore because, you know, they know when they talk to me on the phone or whatever, and if I'm drinking, they could tell, and I guess it would break their heart if they wouldn't like it. So, let me see what Casey's saying, because I'm seeing, okay, you retracted okay, low pitch. Oh, that's her name, Casey. Okay, yeah, yeah. So, let me see. Casey says, how long did you drink? I did it for 10 years and gave it up. Finally, a good string. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, Casey, I'm going to give it to you probably in about 2 minutes or less. I first started drinking when I was 17. And after that, I would drink off and on, not regularly, but until I was about like 20. Then I started drinking heavily, and I drank like, uh, I would say I would drink 5 days out of the week when I was in my 20s. And then I would take like the weekends off with me because I would work the weekends. I was in nursing and stuff too. And let's see. So sometimes I would go like maybe even a year or two without drinking. Those are the years where I was smoking weed. So I switched one out for the other. And so I'm 51 now, so I would say for the past over over 30 years, I've been drinking off and on and also heavily. So it's I'm surprised I'm still here actually, with the way that I've been drinking. And one thing they did diagnose me with as well when I was in the hospital is that I have jaundice in my eyes from drinking because of my liver being bad, with the cirrhosis stage 1. And but they're working on giving me some stuff to heal that, so that's gonna go away. And like I said, the cirrhosis, they say you never get rid of it, but it does. I've heard people's liver completely healing, but I guess it'll heal, but they just, once it's you've been called that, I guess it's that or whatever. But so yeah, definitely my side hasn't been hurting like it was because this last time it scared me because my liver had been hurting me from the excessive drinking that I was doing this past time. So, uh, yeah, let me see what you're saying down here. Yeah, let's see. Casey says cirrhosis is a big word that's scary. If you want my opinion, yeah, weed should be legal and alcohol should be illegal from drinking. You know what? I agree with you, Casey. I think weed should be legal and alcohol should be illegal. I agree because my grandfather actually died from drinking, but it affected his heart. But now that we think about it, he may have had cirrhosis too, but it's just that his heart took him out before, because back then they didn't really have they didn't diagnose people back then the way they diagnose us now with stuff. They found stuff, and he had a bad heart. That's how he died. But he had a drinking problem, and yeah. And then my mom, she also had a drinking problem too, and my daddy. And so they're both deceased. And but yeah, I'm trying to change. I wouldn't say trying. I am changing some things now because right now I'm scared. About it, and I wasn't ever really scared about it before. And since I've been in here, I haven't had, any cravings or anything like that. So from what I heard, my nurse said that I'm pretty much in the clear with the craving, with the detox, which is good. So now it's all on me. So I need to be a good girl, put my big girl panties on, and leave it alone. I'm not craving it anymore. So I need to just stay away from it pretty much. And I know now I can't have an occasional drink. I would always think before, ooh, I could just have a one drink, occasion. I can't. I can't because if you give me one, I know I'm going to want another. I understand that now. I didn't understand that when I was younger. Yeah. So, Casey, yeah, that's what I'll tell you guys. If you guys can stay away from it, just don't do it. They got great drinks out there that you can make. Get your own fruits and stuff, and get you a blender and a juicer, and fresh ice, and just delicious food. I've started having like little sweet, little cakes and things like that, for a treat. And when I was drinking, I never craved sweets because all of my sweets were in the alcohol. So some people would be like, "Oh, you don't eat sweets? That's good. That's so good." But I was always thinking, yeah, the reason why I don't eat any sweets is because I'm drinking all the time. And when you're drinking, especially like wine, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Merlot, and all of that has fruit in it anyway. So, and it's going straight to your body as sugar. Yeah, so yeah. Let me see what you're saying. Kay said, I think about it daily, but I just can't anymore. Yeah. And like I said, it's okay to get help too. The hospitals, they will help you. If you go in and you tell them that you're, having problems, you can't stop drinking on your own, you're doing it every day, they'll keep you, they'll watch you, they'll monitor you, they'll give you something to, help calm your nerves and all of that, so you just got to tell them, what's going on. So they helped me with that. Um, in the past, I went to a rehab facility before, but it was different from the type of rehab I'm in now. This was like a AA type of rehab thing or whatever. So it was I don't that one didn't really help, and I only stayed there 2 weeks. So I would recommend if you do get help, you're gonna have to be in a facility or hospital or something more than 2 weeks to quit. You're gonna have to be there more than 2 weeks. I know some people say maybe like a month or 2 months before you completely detox. So right now, I have a discharge to leave in a few days, but if they feel like I need to stay, then I'm going to stay for a few more days so I can get better. And, but yeah, definitely, because it's you're not going to be able to just really do it without your own by yourself unless you, especially if you got access to it, you can get access to it. It's gonna be hard to just stop drinking on your own when you're a heavy drinker. You know, not a person who may occasionally have a few drinks every now and then or on a weekend party or something. But no, I mean like excessive every day. You gotta have more than one, a bottle of wine or more or something like that. Then, um, because I know like with my body, which was so weird when I would buy alcohol, I noticed like I would get nauseous before I would drink, but my body wanted the liquor so bad that I had to drink it so that I wouldn't feel nauseous. Isn't that crazy? I noticed different things like this last time. That's how I know that this time was the worst for me than it has been in the past years. Let me see what you're saying down here. Let's see. Casey said, walk by it in the store every day, still don't buy it. Good for you. Good for you. Yes, yes. Good for you. I'm proud of you. And when I hear other people and when I hear people like you say stuff like that, that gives me hope, Casey, because, I hear people say, oh yeah, I used to drink, 5 years ago. But yeah, I'm doing fine now. I think about it, but I don't miss it. I don't go get it. I stay away from it. I'm like, yeah. I said, that is going to be me. That is going to be me. Yeah. There's so many things I want to do. And I want to quit giving the liquor store people my money. You hear me, Casey? I know they probably got like $3.5 million on my money from my whole life. I done made the liquor store people rich. I was in the wrong profession. I should have got into the liquor store business. Yeah. Let's see what it say. Alcohol tastes terrible to boot. Doesn't it? It really does. They say it's an acquired taste. I guess it is an acquired taste because it's really not good. I mean, you can mix it up with some stuff, some drinks, and when people say, ooh, this tastes good, most of the time they're talking about, the fruity stuff that's in it, you know. But the other stuff, like especially Jack Daniels, I hated Jack Daniels. I couldn't drink that. But the other stuff tastes like some type of cleaner or something. I want to window cleaner or some type of chemical. I don't know. But yeah, it's not good like they try to say it is. They try to hype you up. It'll make you feel good. Yeah, make you feel real good. But it doesn't taste good like they hype it up to be. Let me see. It's the only drink that you have to mix heavily to enjoy. Yes, yes, yes. I can go, I can just do without that. Yeah, but yeah, my thing was the wines. I love, I got into the whole wine thing. And so, but yeah, but now I know that there's some mock cocktails that I want to make. And I have a Vitamix, and so I'm gonna invest in a juicer and just start making nice fruity juices and stuff like that. And since I've been sober, I've been enjoying my food more. I'm not eating just to, uh, you know, coat my stomach so I can drink. Because it seems like that's what I was doing before. Make sure you eat something before you drink. So I don't worry about that now. I enjoy the food that I have, and that's really been helping. The good food that I can get, because let me tell you, at some of these facilities, the food is trash. It's a hit or miss. Some days you'll get good food, and like some days I'll have to order out to get me something that I want because whatever they're cooking here and stuff, I'm just not having it. So, yeah, these facilities, yeah, that's what I'm saying. People, if you're watching this, stay away from alcohol so you don't have to go through this. Now, when I go back home, I'll get to have my good food like I normally do and my 5 star meals because I normally eat pretty healthy anyway. But here, it's like jail food. Now I know what P. Diddy was going through. Uh, I'm telling you. Let me see what you say, Casey. Let's see. It's the only drink that you have to mix. Oh, okay, I see that. So yeah, you guys that are coming on up in here, hit the like, hit the like. Yes, let's see. Casey Puff Diddy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, but let me tell you, man, some of these nurses, this is what I was wanting to talk about. I'm gonna have to make a whole video on uh about the nurses. Now we got some nurses, they're great. Some nurses they're great. They're in their calling. That's what they're supposed to do. You can tell that they're supposed to be there. But some nurses are batshit crazy, I'm telling you. Like you would think that they would be the patients. I had a situation with a nurse one time, and she just, I guess she was just having a bad day, and she thought she was gonna take it out on me, and I don't know. I feel like it was kind of like elder abuse or something, because I'm like, wait a minute, I'm the patient, and she was just adamant on trying to get me to argue with her and stuff, and I was like, she was trying to get me to walk. And I was like, yeah, I said I'm gonna walk. I said, can I have some of that icy hot on my knee because my knee was hurting? And she wasn't listening to anything I said. She was like, I just want to see you get up and walk. Are you gonna walk for me right now? And stuff. And I was like, yeah, yeah, I am. I said, I just need the ice. And she said, well, I just think you're trying to get out and not walking for me because I'm not thinking to myself, that's not what I'm really trying to do. I'm just trying to make this so I can walk for you so I'm not in pain. You know what I mean? And I had to resolve that. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. And there's no privacy, here. The nurses come in. They may knock once or twice, but they come on in on you. Everybody comes in on you. You could be sitting on a stool. They'll still come in. I mean, you get no privacy. So if you're a private person and you enjoy your privacy in the bathroom and stuff like that, and you don't want nobody to see your naked body, then don't drink and get yourself into this situation. Let me see what Casey say. Casey said, see, marijuana is legal in Michigan. Hit my weed vape is watch you, but weed isn't going to shrink my brain or destroy my liver. Well, true, but just be careful with your lungs with that vape too, because whenever that whole vape thing started coming out, I never got into that vaping thing. And see, with me, my lungs aren't the best either. And I had a friend who had a vaping thing when I was in Oklahoma, and she kept trying to get me to hit that vaping thing. And that thing was like taking my breath away. And I told her, I was like, I can't smoke that thing because my lungs is not liking what that is. I said, if I'm going to do weed, the only thing I can smoke out of is maybe like a rolling paper or maybe just a bong or something, or one of those old school type of uh, pipes or something like that. So I mean, at my point in life, I don't smoke weed anymore. Um, I tried smoking weed. Well, not smoking, but in Texas, I tried to get on the pain thing for weed. Was it 2 years ago? And I didn't like it. They give it to you like in gummies and stuff in Texas, and I would rather smoke the weed. I wish I had uh, probably stayed in Oklahoma because Texas laws are just ridiculous. They need to just go ahead and, if they would sell the flower, like the real weed flower, and not this other crap that they got that make you sick, then I probably would start smoking weed again. So, but other than that, like in Texas, I can't deal with all of the crap that they got. Just for some weed, it's just mad weird. Or what do you expect from a red state? Let me take a look at what you said. It said we also have commercial edibles here at the dispensary. Yeah, yeah, the edibles. Yeah, um, yeah. I mean, I I I would get the edibles too because I was on this little thing here in Texas. This was like I said 2 years ago or whatever, and they had me on the system thing, and so when I would buy the edibles from the dispensary in Texas, I think it was Fort Worth. I think it was Fort Worth where I went because they only have two places in Texas where you can go, two or three places in Texas at the dispensaries that's real dispensaries and not the fake stuff. They got the fake weed shops everywhere. Um, and that stuff made me sick one time. I tried it. Um, but yeah, this it's I probably wouldn't. The edibles was just not my thing. I'd rather smoke it. I'm kind of because I see I'm 51. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I think it's just a preference. I think that's what it is because I know sometimes those edibles, man, I couldn't control the way I could take it. Like, and sometimes I would take too much, and I'd be all day, and I hate that feeling of me all day because normally I have to be pretty active and do stuff because I work at home, so I have to, do stuff at home, and I can't be sleeping like that all day, you know. But when I smoke weed, I don't sleep like that all day because whatever it is, my body was used. I mean, of course, sometimes I will fall asleep, but not like the edibles would do me, and that would make me mad because I felt like it would take away my ambitions, like when I take those edibles. And so that's why I quit going to it. And sometimes they contact me at that dispensary in Texas and be like, hey, you want to come back? We have real THC's new edibles, sour drop lemonade. cannabis, and I'm like, no, thank you. See, Casey says, um, yeah, the beginning of the end was when I started waking up with side pain and back pain with the drinking and having to justify it to myself, nobody else but thanks. Oh, no thanks. Yes. Yeah, that hurts. Yeah. I mean, that's a bad feeling to wake up because that's your liver. Your liver trying to warn you, hey, I got, I need a break. Basically that's what it is. And the back, I think the back is the kidneys, right? And sometimes the kidneys is like, hey, we need a break too, you know. Yeah, they should definitely make alcohol illegal. I bet you be it definitely. I know it would be more people alive today if they did made it illegal. Yeah. Oh my gosh! And I went outside today. I had a nice time outside, and um, I went and had a little lunch outside. My PT took me out there, and had a had a little nice day today. I'm so thankful. And then on, when I went outside, I made a video before I got on live, Casey, and they and I saw you guys got me up to 50 subscribers. I think I'm at 58 now. I thank you all so much for subscribing. And so I can go live and stuff now and keep y'all on me with keep up uh with you guys journey and share my journey with you guys and everything. And I know that this is going to help me too and just see where I come from and how far I'm going. And I really really hope and pray that this helps other people too that's watching and letting them know, especially if they're in this situation, that no matter how old you are, your age, if you just keep up the good fight and take one day at a time and focus, it gets better. Because last month I was looking, woo, like I said, I was so scared. That's why I knew I called Imsidus to come pick me up when I was at home because I was like, this is not going to stop. And I was swelling up, my legs swelled up so bad, and I was only eating once a day, even though I was drinking. I was drinking, eating once a day, but still putting on weight. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see. Um, yeah, Casey said this your organs. I need those. Yes, yes. Casey says, I hope it helps and that you're successful. You should move up north though. Move up north. Where are you from, Casey? Now, Casey, are you a boy? Because I'm looking at this photo here. Sometimes when I think Casey, I think automatically think female, because I had a good friend. Her name is Casey too, and of course lost that good friendship to alcohol. Me drinking, being a wild, crazy lady, acting crazy. Michigan, yeah, that's a Detroit Tigers player. Okay. But yeah, I'm a 35-year-old man. Okay, okay, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. You say you were from Michigan, right? I I think every time I think of that Lake Lanier. Everybody's talking about that Lake Lanier, the haunted lake. I think I would like to see that. There's some people say, "Don't go out there. You may not come back." Don't dare me. I'll go out there. Yeah, so, that's crazy clockwork. And then I will tell you another thing. Like I said, you get no privacy when you're in the hospital, especially. And, everybody's looking at you naked, everybody's touching you everywhere, you know, um, especially if you need more care, trying to, help clean you up or something. Everybody's, it doesn't matter. It's men and women. Everybody's looking at you naked. Everybody. It's just, it's so humiliating. Uh, I say at first it's humiliating. Then after a minute, it's just like, oh, well, who cares? They make you feel better about it because a lot of them say stuff like, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I'm like, yeah, but this was me. So let me see. Okay. It says message retracted. Yeah. Yeah, you get no privacy. That's out the door. I mean, they will uh sometimes here they will knock a little knock knock, but they'll still just open it on up. Uh, then there was this one lady. I don't know, because they gave me something. I think it was Ativan for I think it was giving me some of that for my withdrawals one night, but it knocked me out kind of. Well, it didn't knock me out completely at first, but the nurse came in while I was in the middle of had me like loopy, and the nurse says something kind of like I vaguely remember. She says something like, "I just come in here to check and see how you were doing because I don't normally work with you. I see. I just want to make sure." I must have said something about her coming in here for her to go into her saying that she just wanted to make sure I'm not dead or anything. Uh, that she's walked in on people being dead before and all, stuff I really didn't need to know. I said, what did I say? Because I've been known to say some crazy stuff while being on that medication. They've told me that. So, oh, like, wow. Don't tell me any secrets. It'll come out when I'm uh, taking Ativan. Oh, gosh. Wow. Oh, my gosh, you guys. I had to jump on here just to go live. I'm going to go live again tomorrow night around midnight or 1 o'clock, like around this time. Because I'm usually up around this time anyway, at home working. I'm a night owl. And, I would rather do this too as a hobby and just to get to know some new people, get to know you guys. Like, I met Casey tonight. We chopped it up, and I want to hear more about you guys' story and stuff like that. And you know, and I agree with Casey. I think they should legalize weed and make marijuana. I mean, and make alcohol illegal for sure. But there's going to be a lot of people go crazy if they try to do that. Yeah. So, all right, you guys. So, like I said, thank you guys so much for stopping by and thank you for subscribing so I can go live. If you're on the end catching this, make sure you go back to the beginning and check out what I had to say, and also share your stories with me in the comments if you want. Let me see what you said. Casey's back. Casey said, "Yeah, if YouTube had a chat feature, I'd definitely talk to you and see how you were doing. If you were getting off of here, see you next live." Yes, yes, I will be back on tomorrow night. So, like I said, I'd rather be on here getting to know some new people and stuff like that instead of, drinking and all that crap. And, when I get home, we're still going to be chopping it up. I want to get to know you guys and stuff like that. And, just have fun and all that. So, once again, thank you guys for subscribing. I appreciate y'all. And y'all have a good night. Nice meeting you again, Casey. Y'all, bye. Have a good one. Now I'm going to turn this off.